Happy New Year! I hope you guys had an amazing holiday season. I'm actually filming this on December 23rd, so a couple days before Christmas. I'm trying to wrap up all of my content and filming today so that I can enjoy the rest of the year without working and going on vacation. So the day that this goes up, it'll be January 2nd, the day before my birthday, you guys, and we are celebrating. I'm doing it 20% off at BK Beauty with the code BDAY20 now through January 7th, you guys. So just a little kind of way for me to gift you guys on my birthday, and thank you for supporting BK Beauty. Today I thought I would just get ready and just do my makeup, and of course I'm going to be using all BK Beauty brushes, so if you want to take advantage of the 20% off, you can shop all the products that I'm going to be sharing in today's video. I'll tag them in YouTube Shopping so you can shop them super easy. But yeah, now through January 7th, you can get 20% off with the code BDAY20. It's funny, when we were talking about this with our social team, I was like, why don't we do BDAY42? Because I'm turning 42, and I was like, the older I get, the more you save. But we are going with BDAY20, 20% off site-wide, you guys, including the new Pore Complexion Trio. You can get that at 20% off. So that'll be the first time that we've had it discounted that deep since we launched. So just a little heads up. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. I already have my complexion products on. I was actually filming a video just before this for L'Oreal that's going to go on their YouTube channel, and it's all about flawless foundation. So I thought I would pop this on, finish the rest of my makeup, and just be chatty and catch up with you guys. Yes, okay, let's go ahead and warm up the skin. I have my foundation concealer on, but I haven't done anything else. So I'm going to go in with this product from DIBS. This is a dual-ended blush and bronzer, and this is a very popular product. I have this shade 2, so it's got this pretty warm cream bronzer on one side, and it's got this really beautiful kind of coral. It's more coral, it's more peachy. It's pink too, but it's definitely more on the peachy side on the other side. And I'm gonna go in with the, actually, do I have, oh, I just have empty boxes. Where's my Core Complexion Trio? Let me see if I can find my Core Complexion Trio. I'll be right back. I was able to find the 116, which is exactly the brush that I wanted to blend out cream bronzer. So the 116 is like a mini version of the 106. So we're gonna go and apply both the bronzer and the blush and blend it out with this brush. I'm just gonna apply a little bit of the bronzer there. I'm also gonna kind of warm up right around the hairline. Now, I know the next question, you guys, is when are singles going to be released for the Core Complexion Trio? They will be released as singles later this month, so stay tuned for that, you guys. If you're holding out and you just want to buy 1 or 2 brushes from the trio, that'll be by the end of this month they will be launched, okay? So the 116, I'm going in and I'm just kind of pressing directly on top of the product to blend it out. Okay, this bronzer is pretty warm. It's almost kind of orangey. Not a bad thing, but it's very, very warm. I would almost say this is like one of the warmest bronzers that I've used in a long time. So I'm gonna really blend this in and sheer it out because I don't want it to be too, I want it to be more natural. I don't want it to be so orangey. So I hope you guys had an amazing 2024. I know by the time this goes up, it'll be 2025, but I am still kind of recapping and wrapping up 2024 right now. I have to say 2024 was one of the best years in so many ways, both personally and professionally. It was a huge year for BK Beauty, you know, lots of opportunity and a lot to be grateful for in 2024. It was also the most, I don't know if about the most exhausting year of my life. It's like one of the busiest years of my life that I can remember in a long time. Like, and just in terms of, you know, I just did a lot more traveling this year than I have, I think maybe ever, honestly. A lot of trips out to LA for TikTok lives and for business meetings and just a lot of travel, which, you know, I'm not complaining because they're all amazing opportunities and I wouldn't trade them. But, you know, I was looking forward to kind of wrapping all of that up. Who knows what 2025 will be like? I don't know. We didn't go into 2024 really kind of foreseeing all that happened. So I don't know what 2025 will look like. I'm hoping that there's maybe a little less travel, but we will see. Okay, that blended out beautifully. I'm gonna go in and apply the blush, and I'm actually gonna take the brush to the product instead of swiping it on the cheek. And we're gonna just kind of bounce this right on the apple of the cheek right here. So I have to say, I love birthdays. I love birthdays. I love getting older. I feel great. I feel better today than I did when I was 24. Truthfully, I really do. I take better care of myself today than I did when I was 24, that's for sure. Ooh, that's so pretty. That's really beautiful. But yeah, I love getting older. I don't have any issues with it. I know some people don't like to share their age. I love telling people I'm 42. I don't know. Something I'm proud of. Okay, that is beautiful. So this blush is pretty pigmented, but it blends out nicely. It's not a super, super creamy formula. Like, obviously it's a cream formula, right? It's not powder or liquid, it's cream, but it's not like a really like wet cream. It's kind of more of a solid, I don't know how to describe it, but I like that because it seems like it is just kind of blending where I want it and staying in place. It's not lifting too much. It's not moving. It's really nice. I'm going to add a little bit more. It's very buildable too. Like you can go in and get more color. Ooh, that's pretty. That is pretty. So pretty. Okay. Ooh, very, very pretty. Okay. Ooh, I love that. So I'm taking the blush a little bit further over, really warming up the center of the face. I'm actually kind of running it over the center of the face and of the nose. I think that's so pretty. This is giving me a very kind of peachy, or not peachy, beachy vibes. Like when you're at the beach and you get a sunburn and then like a couple days after your sunburn turns into this really beautiful suntan glow. That's what I feel like this product gives. So, so pretty. Speaking of beach, we are actually getting ready to go. By the time this goes up, we will be back, but we are surprising the kids with a trip to Hawaii this year. Super excited. Actually, it was supposed to be a surprise for all of us from Paul, but I kind of spoiled the surprise, I guess. So Paul and I don't really buy each other gifts much. You know, I don't know. I feel like there are couples that buy each other gifts for every birthday and Christmas, and there's couples that don't. And we're just one of those couples that don't. I don't know. I mean, you know, I buy him things in the moment. Like if I think of him and I think he'll like something, I'll buy it for him. And what I want, I kind of go out and buy. And we've just never really been, in a long time, I would say, you know, obviously when we were dating we did, but for most of our marriage, we don't need, you know, to gift each other things. And so a couple weeks ago he said, I got you something for Christmas. And I was like, what'd you get me? And he's like, it's a surprise. And I was like, oh, well, darn it. You know, and then I'm like stressing out about getting him something. And I immediately thought it might be a trip because we were talking about traveling over Christmas break. We were kind of like, okay, where do we want to go? And then every time we get online and we look up flights or hotels, it was just so expensive. It's so expensive to travel this time of year. And we just couldn't do it. I was like, I just can't bring myself to spend this much on a flight, like 4 times the cost on a flight and like, you know, 3 or 4 times the cost of a hotel. Like I just can't do it. I'd rather just stay home. I don't know what it is. And so we just kind of decided, okay, we're not going to do it. It's just outrageous. And we kind of decided that together. And so when he told me that he had a surprise for me, I thought, and Hawaii was where I really wanted to go. And when he told me he had a surprise for me, he said, you know, I was like, did you book a trip? And he kind of looked away and he's like, no. He's like, stop asking me. So I kind of knew, I was like, okay, I bet it's a trip, but I'm not going to push him. We're not going to push him. Well, then one day I'm opening up Amazon packages because, you know, like 99% of packages that arrive at our house are addressed to me. And I opened one that was addressed to him from Amazon. I didn't realize it was to him. I opened it and it's Hawaiian postcards. And I was like, oh no. So I said, I'm sorry. I don't think I was supposed to open this. And he's like, dang it. You know, then we decided, okay, it'll be a surprise for the kids. So we're going to surprise them on Christmas morning and let them know we're going to Hawaii, which is one of our favorite places. We just love Hawaii. So I'm really looking forward to that. We'll be there for New Year's. We'll be coming back by the time this video is up, but I just kind of, you know, I'm in this like getting ready for, I'm pretty much done for Christmas. Like all the gifts are wrapped. Like I might have a couple left to wrap, but I'm pretty much done for Christmas. And now I just need to get ready for the trip. We're going to have, we always have a house sitter come and stay at our house. My niece always comes and stays with our dogs and, you know, just to look after the house and keep the dogs home where they're comfortable. So just kind of got to prep and make sure everything's ready for that, make sure the house is stocked and all of the things. So, oh, that's pretty. Okay, so catch you up, guys. What I just put on my eye was the DANESSA MYRICKS Colorfix. This is the shade Nude 1, I think it is. No, actually it's Nude 2. It's very light. Nude 1 is almost white, but I love this product. I'm using it today as an eye primer. I love the nudes as eye primers. If there has any color, if I ever use one that has color, I usually use that as my eyeshadow for the day. Okay, so I applied that with the N16. I love the N16 for cream or liquid shadows because they really just sheer out the product. It's like using your finger, but a lot more precise. So it has a little tapered tip and longer fibers at the tip of the brush that really help you sheer out and spread cream or liquid products. I love this brush. Okay, next we're going to be going in with this palette. This is a STARRR palette that I actually kind of custom made. I don't know the shades of these, but I will, I'll pop them out and I'll list the shades in the description box for you guys. So I'm just going to be using them and then in the description box I will list out what shades I use. But look at how beautiful this palette is. I bought it a while back, you guys. It's definitely a splurge. I forget the cost of these, but they're pretty expensive. I do remember that. I bought it. I tucked it away in a drawer here at the studio and then I forgot about it. And today as I'm getting ready and looking for products to use, I was like, let's use this. Maybe I'll take this with me to my Hawaii trip. Okay, so I'm gonna use the N13 crease brush to blend out the crease. I love this brush because it's very soft, so it'll blend out, but there's also some stiffness at the base, so it picks up a lot of product for a crease brush. And these shadows, I remember them being kind of sheer, so I want to pick up a lot more product here to make sure I get good payoff. Ooh, look at that. Do you see what that did? I mean, that really picked up that shadow. And I'm just gonna kind of work this back and forth in the crease. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I'm just gonna go in here. Oh, you know what? I never set underneath my eyes. I need to do that with powder next. I'm gonna add a little bit more and focus it right here on the outer corner. Perfect. Ooh, that's pretty. These shadows are very, very light and fine. I don't know if sheer is the right word because they actually do pretty good pigment payoff, but they're not a heavy shadow. They're very like silky and light, very refined. They're very beautiful. Like they feel very luxe. Kind of blend that right there in the outer corner and kind of sweep back and forth, back and forth. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, so pretty. Oh, they're so nice. They're very, very consistent. It definitely feels like an elevated formula, very high end. All right, let's go ahead and set the foundation and concealer because I have not yet done that. I'm gonna go into BK Beauty 108. If you don't have this brush, definitely pick this up when you can for 20% off. This is one of the earlier brushes that we developed. When we developed this brush, we didn't have all the other brushes. In fact, the 110 was inspired by the 108 because I used to use the 108 for concealer. And I would always say that it was really great for most concealers, but not heavy or full coverage concealers because it was a little too fluffy. So the 110 was like a denser, shorter version of the 108 specifically made for concealer. But I used to use this brush for everything when we didn't have all these other brushes. So I'm just going to powder underneath the eyes. I'm using the One Size setting powder in the shade Translucent. So there's no color to this. I love this powder. If you have oily skin, this is such a great powder. It softly mattifies everything. It takes away shine. It also blurs pores and texture on the skin. And it's lightweight enough to apply underneath the eyes. I don't find that it's too drying. I don't find that it looks heavy. And I'm just going to take the 108 and kind of go around the cream blush and cream bronzer. Drop a comment and let me know how everyone feels this time of year. I always have a little bit of blues right after the holidays. I don't know what it is. I think I just love the holidays because it's time to just like slow down. You know, the kids are out of school, so I'm not waking up super early to get them ready for school. It's just cozy, you know, I love the holiday decor at home. Like it's a time of year that I really love and hold on to. And when it's over, I get a little sad. I get a little sad at the new year. So I'm hoping that I'm not going to get that this year, but I have a feeling that I will have a little bit of that, like the holiday blues. Okay, next I'm going to go in with the shade right here. It's kind of this shimmery, it doesn't look peachy, but it's a champagne shade, but it has a little bit more peach tone to it. And I'm going to use the BK Beauty 203, and I'm going to pick that up, and we're just going to pack that right here on the inner corner of the eye. This has a really soft pearl to it. I think a pearl is the best way to describe the texture of these. Like they're not shimmery, but they have a little bit of a pearl essence to them. They're really beautiful. Very mature eye friendly. You know, if you have mature textured eyes, our eyelids where you have a lot of texture on the eyelid or their eyelids are drier, if you use a heavier shimmer, sometimes that can just really accentuate texture. This doesn't. This highlights the lid, but it's very soft. Next, I'm going to go in with this bronzy shade right here. We're going to take this little bronzy shade. We're going to use the same brush, and we're just going to kind of pack this on the outer half of the eyelid. We're just going to tap, tap, tap right on the eye, just to kind of add a little bit interest to this eye and a little more definition. What are y'all's holiday traditions? Like, what do you love most about the holidays? Is there a tradition that your family has that you love, that you've carried down to your kids, that maybe your parents did with you? I'd love to know, what are everyone's holiday traditions? We are going to Paul's parents' house on Christmas Eve. That's their thing. We always celebrate Christmas Eve with them, and all the cousins are there. And, you know, my girls have their cousins that are pretty much like their same age. And then we have a little bit of a younger set of cousins that they just love to adore and give tons of attention to. And, oh, that looks so good. Look at that. Okay, then I'm going to take the N13 brush again, the crease brush, and we're just going to kind of run this over just to soften and blend it all together. Perfect. Okay. So good. So one thing I want to do more of, or not more of, but actually start here in 2025 on my YouTube channel is doing YouTube Lives. You know, I really leaned into them this year on TikTok. TikTok has different capabilities. You know, you can shot videos through YouTube, but TikTok has like this other capability where you can do like lives and do discounts and giveaways, and it's all automated through TikTok. So that's kind of the reason why I leaned into them this year. It was just an easier platform to do all those things, but I can still do fun things here, and I plan to do lives here on YouTube. So I would love to know from you guys if you like lives, and also what are the best days for you to be able to watch a live in person. I think for me to be able to commit to it and do it every week, Like being realistic, it would probably need to be a weekday. So my question is, are weekday mornings better, midday, or afternoons better for you, or evenings? Like what time of the weekday? And is there a particular weekday that is better than others? I would love to know. Okay, then I'm gonna go in with the Makeup by Mario pencil. This is the shade Soft Brown. This is a really creamy eye kohl pencil, and I'm just gonna run it right on the outer half of the eye. And I'm not worried about it being too perfect because I'm going to go over this with shadow and kind of smudge it out anyway. But I just want to get a creamy base down there so that the shadow has something to stick to. Then I'm going to go in with the N12 brush. Again, if you don't own this brush, this is one you must pick up, especially when it's 20% off. Code is BDAY20. I don't ever do my eyeliner without using this brush. It is such a good brush. I'm going to go into this dark shade. I'm going to load it up on both sides. This is the best smudge it brush in my opinion. And I'm going to tap off the excess. I will say these shadows have a little bit more fallout than I would like. So really tap off to make sure you don't have any fallout. And I'm just going to work this into that liner just to kind of darken it, but also smooth out any edges and just make it look more intentional. Ooh, that's so pretty. Look at how beautiful that is. So good. Oh, so good. Okay, then we're gonna do the other side. What I love about this pencil, you guys, is it's a very, very warm brown. Like it's actually kind of a unique color for eyeliner. I feel like you don't see eyeliners this warm. It reminds me a lot of that shade from MAC Costa Rica. I think was it Costa Rica or Costa Rica. It's such a beautiful warm brown shade. Like it's got a lot of orange to it. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not an orange eyeliner. It is definitely brown, but it's very, very warm. It really brings out any hazel in eyes or green in eyes or blue. So now I'm just taking my crease brush, my N13, and I'm just kind of running it on top of that just to soften everything. Oh, so pretty. For lower lash line, I'm gonna take the N12 and I'm gonna just go in with this shade right here, this bronze shade we used, and we're just gonna work this into our lower lash line. I want the lower lash line to be very soft. I want some definition there, but I don't want it to be as dark as the upper lash line because the upper lash line is dark and it's pretty thick. So, okay, ooh, that's beautiful. Look at that. Okay, now I'm gonna take this brush. I'm gonna go in with the 210 and soften it. This is the clean 210, you guys. There's no product on this, but I'm just kind of softening it because actually that N12 applied that color darker than I wanted it to. So I'm just softening it. Ooh, so pretty. And then I'm gonna take the same brush. I'm gonna go into that champagne shade that we used in the inner corner of the eye, and we're gonna pop that right here on the lower inner corner just to bring that highlight down. Okay, and I'm gonna take the same brush. I'm gonna take the lightest shade in the palette, the lightest shade, and we're gonna use this brush to just highlight right underneath the brow. What I love about this formula, again, is that it's a pearl, so it's going to highlight and add a little bit of like sparkle and shine underneath the brow, but it's not a heavy frost. It's very refined. It's beautiful. So pretty. Okay, for mascara, we're going to pop on some Dior Lash Primer and some Rare Beauty mascara. Get this on real quick. Get some lashes. I actually almost spoiled the surprise to Hawaii today with the kids. I mean, I really almost spoiled it. So one of Brooklyn's friends, they were supposed to go to Hawaii after Christmas break, and he broke his foot, and so they had to cancel their trip because he's going to be on crutches the whole time, and he has to see an orthopedic surgeon, and oh, we just felt so bad. And so this morning I was getting ready to come here to film, and Brooklyn was going to go ride her bike with a friend in the trails. And I told her, I said, be careful. I said, be careful, bring your cell phone, you know, so that you can reach me. I said, be careful because, you know, riding your bike on a trail makes me a little nervous. I mean, she does it all the time, but I said, be careful. I don't want you to fall and break something before we go to Hawaii. And she looked at me, she goes, we're not going to Hawaii. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh, I know. I was just joking. You know, I just tried to play it off, but I legit like spoiled the surprise. I mean, I was able to play it off. She has no idea we're actually going, but I couldn't believe I said that. You know, I can't believe I actually said that. I was like, oh my gosh. So I only have 2 more days to keep it a secret. I think I can do it. This mascara is good. This is an old one. I need to toss this and get a fresh one. But what I like about this mascara is it's very volumizing. It adds a lot of volume quickly. So it gives a pretty high impact, like really quickly. You don't have to build and build and build. My lashes are actually kind of in a poor state right now. They're shorter. I haven't used my Revitalash in about a couple weeks, so I need to get back on it because I can definitely tell when I stop using it, my lashes don't grow back as quickly and as full as they do when I'm using it all the time. But this is going to give me the most that I can get from my lashes in the current state that they're in. Oh, so pretty. This is such a good mascara. I'm definitely going to pick one of these up. I'm going to stop in Sephora today. I think tomorrow is the last day of their Fragrance for All event. By the time this video goes up, that event will be over, but I need to get some fragrance for Brooklyn for Christmas, the last fragrance that she wanted, last minute gift, and I'm gonna grab some more of that mascara. Okay, for lips, I'm gonna go in with Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude Lip Liner. And I'm gonna kind of fill the lip in a little bit, just fill most of the lip in. For lipstick, we're gonna use Runway Royalty from Charlotte Tilbury. It's a lipstick, kind of matches Iconic Nude. It's a really pretty nude, beigey nude lipstick, so pretty. Less pink and peachy than I've been doing. So we are done, you guys. Let's take the headband out. Let's style the hair. Today was the first day that I washed my new haircut. I got my hair done on a couple days ago. And so obviously she washed it and styled it at that appointment. Today was the first day that I washed it since that appointment and styled it my own. Wearing it straight today. I think for most days I'll probably curl this cut, but I think it looks good straight too. I used the Dyson Air Straight. I blow dried like it to about 80%, and then I took the Dyson Air Straight and I did the rest and finished it off, and it really helps me keep this look more chic. I have really thick, full hair, so one thing that I was worried about with this haircut is I was gonna have a bigger, poofier bob, but that product, that Air Straight, really helps me. It's like almost using a flat iron, but not having to use a flat iron on your hair. Okay, so this is the finished look, you guys. I love the way that it came out. I will tag all the products and list them down below, and I'll also tag them in YouTube Shopping if you guys want to shop it that way. Remember, you can save 20% off at BK Beauty for my birthday. My birthday's tomorrow. I'll be 42. And you just use the code BDAY20 to save 20% off site-wide, including our brand new Core Complexion Trio. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you have a happy, happy new year. And I'm looking forward to what 2025 will bring and just being here on my YouTube channel a bit more. 2024 was a busy year, and I kind of got down to like one video a week towards the last part of the year, but I'm really hoping to pick that up and again be here more consistently on live. So drop a comment down below on the best day and general time, morning, midday, or evening for you to catch a live. Thank you guys. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.